Now we get underway with our first of two senior Rotax Superheats. Here's your starting grid. On pole position, the man that put in a clean sweep yesterday, Kai Rillet, starts on pole position. Alongside him will be Ethan Jeff Hall. Behind them on row 2 will be Jaden Teen and Dion van Verven. Kai Hunter and Martin van Leeuwen round out row 3. Jort van Wijk and Vic Stevens, row 4, completing the top 10. Lawrence Herboz and Fredrik Zevis Christensen. Leon Zelenko and Zan Bergstein line up on row 6. Row 7, Andrej Petrovic and Paul Christian Hamburg. Then we've got Emily de Hoys, Scott Westhovens, Krik Knorren, Lotus Tveen, Henry Beaumont and Jake Bezelbeck, who round out the top 20. Completing the 31-strong grid are as follows: Martin Wallström, Christoph Salla, William Christensen, Fredrik Demant, Puck Gubbles, William Martiskin, Alexandru Volter, Rudit Borika, Ivan Lapatsin, Matej Richter and Dante Sima. And Alfred Lang is saying Anton Morsing is the greatest guy on earth. So big thank you to over 515 people watching live on the B&L Karting Series YouTube channel. Thank you so much for everyone watching all the super heats so far. And this is one of 4 we still have yet to let play out right here. So now I have seen a particular board showing up. So the big question is, could there be a little bit of weather starting to put its mark on this circuit? This could be rather interesting, but of course that will be reflected in the pace of the senior Rotax drivers that will be competing over the next 12 minutes, plus an additional lap. The unpredictability factor of this weekend is something that I relish as a commentator, because you never know what's going to happen. You let it play out. It's just meant to be. But it's an all-strawberry racing front row with Rillet and Jeff Hall. So, 12 minutes on the timer. The drivers make their way out of the final corner. Revs rise, noise increases, lights are on. Lights are out, we're underway first time. Good start by the front row. Oh, we got one already, exit off stage left. And that is one from RS Competition. That is the 322 of Fredrik Zevis Christensen, who manages to avoid shortcutting onto turn 6. Oh, we've got another one off at turn number 4. That was the 345 of Martin Wallström from Finland. As the drivers now make their way down into turn number 7. Jaden Teen manages to make it through for second. Off of turn 7, through on Jaden Teen. But already, look at the gap that Kai Rillet has got in front of everybody else. That is going to be at least 6/10. Dive up the inside on the 398 of Lawrence Herboz by Sam Bergstein. This is where the real drama starts to unfold in senior Rotax. There is darker cloud cover overhead as Dion van Verven is trying to do his level best to keep in front. He's trying to get through on Ethan Jeff Hall, but also behind him, he's got Kai Hunter, Martin van Leeuwen. So a slew of drivers behind him, including the 369 of Vic Stevens and also the 333 of Jort van Wijk is in the mix. 10.5 minutes still to go in this race, plus an additional lap. Fredrik Zevis Christensen is the first casualty, unfortunately, after turn 2 on the opening lap of this race. Rillet's lead after the opening lap, it was a bit like Sebastian Vettel in his Red Bull days. 1.2 seconds. Great move by Kai Hunter up the inside of Dion van Verven. They clash a little bit. That's going to open the door for Van Leeuwen and also Jort van Wijk. Van Leeuwen to the outside, going into turns 1 and 2. Van Wijk keeps it pinned to the inside. There's a little bit of a bump between the drivers, but Hunter keeps himself ahead at the moment in 4th place. Oh, wheel clashes between Jort van Wijk and again with Vic Stevens coming out of turn 4, heading into turn number 5. And Dion van Verven has Martin van Leeuwen going round the outside of him into turn 7. Great move there by the 3-1-0 from the Netherlands, based out of Zolder. And again, they're not giving in. No one's giving an inch. No one's taking a mile, coming out of turn 8 and into turn 9. Vic Stevens fires it up the inside of Jort van Wijk, who's now got Lawrence Herboz and Krik Knorren right behind. Along with them, I think there's also a CRG. That's Leon Zelenko. Hold the phone, folks. Here we go. The roller coaster ride starts now. And Zelenko easily up the inside of Krik Knorren, who tries for the crisscross through turn 3. Can't get past the Croatian. So good move there by Leon Zelenko. So quite a few drivers making moves up the order. Emily de Hoys, the 373, she's now up to 13th position. That was Lars van Vark I've just spotted right by the outside of turn 7. Just off of where the ambulance is situated. Big thank you to the medical team for their assistance this weekend as well. And again, another great drone shot, just showcasing the bird's eye view from up above. As Jort van Wijk trying to close in on Lawrence Herboz, but Kai Rilitz's lead is now 1.9 seconds and climbing. Kai Hunter's pumped in the fastest lap of the race, 54.486. So the man from Sunderland, this year's British and BNL champion in senior Rotax, trying to make his way up the order. And he's trying to get through on Ethan Jeff Hall. Now that's for 3rd place. These clouds are looking ever darker still. I'm getting a bit worried, to be honest with you. The wind is picking up, but Ethan Jeff Hall just holding on to that 3rd place. So the wind is picking up, the cloud cover is coming in, but that's actually Jaden Teen trying to get through. Kai Hunter's actually closing in on Jaden Teen. Now this is going to be the battle for what will be 2nd place. So Rillets now has a lead of 2.114 seconds at this juncture. I did just see a little bit of a lunge. That was from Leon Zelenko heading into turn number 6. And he's currently rounding out the top 10. Might have looked for a move up the inside of Lawrence Herboz through onto the Europalan, as still the battle for 2nd place wages on. Kai Rillets is on course for a maximum point score of 225 after 150 points scored in the heats yesterday. It's 75 for a super heat win. 69 for 2nd, 63 for 3rd. 4th is 57, and then 10th place is 36 points. So it's 6 minutes and 21 seconds, plus an additional lap still to go. Moves up and down the order. Well, Andrei Petrovic has got past Emily de Hoys for 15th. Leon Zelenko ahead of Lawrence Herboz for what is now 9th. Matteo Richter, who started 30th, now up to 18th. And we've just had another switch again, because that was a bit careless, or a bit clumsy thereof. Jaden Teen trying to get through on Ethan Jeff Hall, so they switch positions. And now there's a bit of a teamwork happening. Dan Holland not giving team orders. It's Jaden Teen directing traffic behind him, as in the 395 of Kai Hunter. He's like saying, right, let's get past him. Let's get past him. And now Ethan Jeff Hall says, well, no, you're not going to. Probably because he looked over his right shoulder and saw exactly what Jaden Teen was pointing at, as in getting past him. Don't telegraph it, Jaden, please. Keep Ethan Jeff Hall guessing. Goes round, gets the crisscross. Is he going to get through past him on the right-hand side? Is there going to be a little bit of a squeeze? Hunter in 3rd now. And Teen back up to 2nd as Ethan Jeff Hall drops down to 4th place, with Martin van Leeuwen and Dion van Verven right behind. So other positional changes. Rooney de Broeke up to 21st. Henry Beaumont 22nd. Matteo Richter, 17th from 30th. Lotus Tween, 18th. William Christensen, 19th. And Kai Hilitz's lead with just over 4.5 minutes to go, plus an additional lap, expands to 3.3 seconds. So now, Teen, nice move there by Dion van Verven. Up the inside of Martin van Leeuwen to now take 5th. I had a chat with Dion Stad Wilfred earlier last night. I said I've been really, really impressed, and he says, Dion's really enjoying running on the Sodi kart. Like he said, I can't believe some of the moves he's doing this weekend and last weekend. So we still have 30 out of 31 drivers circulating, with coming up to just under about 3 3/4 minutes left to go. The battle for second is still going to wage on. Kai Hunter has the fastest lap of the race so far, 54.391. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Oh, and there's a move up the inside through at turn 6 by Ethan Jeff Hall on Kai Hunter. That's a change for third. Hunter now returns the favour through turn 7 and retakes that place. Van Verven is closing hand over fist on towards the back bumper of Ethan Jeff Hall for that 4th place. And Kai Hulitz has just set a personal best previous lap, 54.515. The Belgian in the 374 has just on a 54.6, so he's able to manage this comfortable gap that he's got over those battling away for second position. So Jaden Teen, Kai Hunter, Ethan Jeff Hall, Dion van Verven, Martin van Leeuwen and Vic Stevens ran at the top 7. Jort van Wijk, Lawrence Herbols and Leon Zelenko all dive up the inside of Ethan Jeff Hall. That's another position lost by the young man from Lancaster, last year's European Junior Rotax champion and this year's Senior Rotax International Trophy champion. Actually, the youngest ever recorded Senior International Trophy champion at Le Mans later part of July this year. But now he's got Martin van Leeuwen behind him in what will be the battle for 5th place. 2 minutes to go, and well, if you're not talking that much about the leader, he's doing a pretty damn good job at the front end of the field. So he's about to head into turns 1 and 2 as second and third cross the line. 3.4 seconds is the advantage that Kai Rilitz has over Jaden Thien, and also nearly 3.6 seconds over Kai Hunter in third place. Christophe Sala in the 381, who started 22nd, again is showcasing his overtaking prowess as Van Verven and Jeff Hall again go to battle. Van Leeuwen and Stevens are there. So one person making a slight slip up is going to allow the others to profit, especially if you are at the front of the train and you make a mistake. Those 3 behind you will be quicker than you can say the word jump or even at the snap of a finger. Snap of a set of fingers. So 1 minute and 10 still to go. Second and third still very much line astern. It's just to ensure maximum points haul in this superheat, as Rilitz will be on provisional pole position for the final at 3:45 p.m. this afternoon. But the timer is fast counting down. 45 seconds on the timer remains here in the Senior Superheat A. As Ethan Jeff Hall trying to get through on Dion van Verven again at turn 6. And the 377 is not letting the 397 from Strawberry Racing get past. Vic Stevens and Jort van Wijk have both gotten through on Martin van Leeuwen, who's relishing, when I spoke to him at the final round of the Rotax Belgian Max Challenge here last week. He said, well, it was a last-minute entry, but you know what, I like a bit of a challenge. And also, he does, some of the drivers actually nowadays, along with racing, do a lot of driver coaching. So Kai Rilitz last weekend was coaching Ryan Rivers at the Belgian Max Challenge Festival. Timer hit 0, 2 laps to go. We're on lap 14 out of 15. And still, the scramble for what is 4th place is continuing unabated. 5 drivers in close quarter battle over this place, and it's being led by Dion van Verven, who looks left, looks right, switches to the inside. Oh, Ethan Jeff Hall got a little bit twitchy, heading behind Van Verven and into the braking zone into turn 7. Back end stepped out big time for the young Brit. That was actually coming out of turn 6. Van Verven switched to the right-hand side. Jeff Hall followed him. But last lap is now underway. Kai Rilets is now on course for a maximum points haul of 225 so far this weekend. But the next race is the one that counts, because it's winner take all. That's for all the respective events here this weekend for the Grand Festival and the Golden Trophy. The Van Verven train still very much in prominence down the Europalaan. So it's getting a bit close for comfort. Lawrence Herbeau is trying to get through on Martin van Leeuwen. Oh, well, Vic Stevens tried a Hail Mary round the outside of Ethan Jeff Hall. Didn't quite work. And then he backed himself into the front bumper of Jort van Wijk in the process. But it's 4 in a row. Kai Rilets does it again. He takes the win. Second, it's going to go to Jaden Teen. And Kai Hunter pulls alongside. 44,000 separating them. Dion van Verven takes 4th, ahead of Ethan Jeff Hall. 6th, Vic Stevens. Then Jort van Wijk, Martin van Leeuwen, Lawrence Herbeaux, and Croatia's Leon Zelenko round out the top 10 places. Paul Christian Hamburg, Christoph Sala, Krik Knoren, Sam Bergstein, Andrei Petrovic, Matteo Richter, William Christensen, Emily de Hoys, Lotus Tveen, and Henry Beaumont complete the top 20. Rounding out the 30 finishers who completed all 15 laps of racing: Alexandru Volta from Romania, Martin Wallstrom, Ivan Lapatsin, Dante Sima, Jake Bezelbeck, Willy Martiskin, then Scott Westhovens, Frederick Demant, Puck Gubbles, and Rune de Broeke round out the 30-strong finishers, with unfortunately Frederick Zevis Christensen out on the opening lap at turn 1.